true vine, and my Father is the gardener. I am the vine, you are the branches. John 15, verse 1.
And
5a.
Throughout the Old Testament, the vine was used as a symbol of Israel, often to show how she was lacking in some way. God carefully tended his vine, protecting it from harsh elements and creating an environment for it to flourish. Yet Israel rebelled. God was just to judge her harshly, but he graciously provided another vine. In contrast to Israel, Jesus is the true vine. He is the faithful one who fulfills all that Israel failed to do. Whereas she was wild and rebellious, he was submissive and obedient. While she yielded bad fruit, he produced good fruit in keeping with his righteousness. He was in every way the epitome of all God called his people to do, and he calls us to union with him so that we may also produce good fruit. Left to ourselves, we cannot produce the good fruit any more than Israel remained faithful. We are subject to the same weaknesses and sin impulses they were thousands of years ago. By ourselves, we would go the way of the rebellious Israel. So, God snipped our branch from the wild vine, grafted us into his family through Jesus, and tenderly creates the opportune environment for us to flourish. If you wonder about your spiritual fruitfulness, Jesus' last conversation with his disciples before his death offers a beautiful opportunity for prayerful reflection. I am the vine, you are the branches. Whoever abides in me and I in him, he it is that bears much fruit. For apart from me, you can do nothing. These were the very men who in a few hours would abandon their teacher. But afterwards, they repented and went on to spread the good news of Jesus throughout the world. So there is hope for any one of us who has walked away. But if you return with a repentant heart, the vine dresser will prune us to produce outward fruit that demonstrates this inner transformation. Surprisingly, Jesus does not call us to work hard to be more fruitful. Rather, he calls us to abide in him, to wait on him. Fruit will naturally follow for those who remain connected to him, because his Spirit is the one who produces the fruit. We belong not because of what we did, but because of who he is. He is the vine, and we are the branches, and he will bear fruit through us if we remain in him. As the true vine, Jesus both fulfills Old Testament prophecy and makes possible our inclusion in God's family. He sustains us, connecting us with the nourishment we need to bear fruit. He pulses out healing salve to bind our wounds when the gardener prunes us to be more fruitful. He supports us when the weight we carry seems too much to bear. Jesus is the reason we are a part of the vine. Apart from him, we can do nothing. In him, we can bear much fruit for his kingdom. We need only to abide, and he will do the rest.
My vine, thank you for being faithful when I and the rest of the world were unfaithful. What we were unable to do, you did perfectly, and you invited us into sweet fellowship with you, so that we may learn from you and bear much fruit through the Spirit. Forgive me for trying to produce good works on my own. Help me to rely on you and to rejoice in my connection to you. Amen.
Recognizing our destructive bent towards self-reliance, Jesus urges his followers to remain in me 5 times in only 8 verses. Today, read John 15, verse 1 to 8, and reflect on the invitation to savor a close connection to the true vine. Are you as close to the vine as he invites you to be? take a few moments to rest before God. Become mindful of His presence, both in the deep moments of worship, but also in the dynamic movements of your daily life. Throughout the day, recognize His life pulsing through you and energizing you for His work, even as you rest in Him.